Good morning, all. Okay. So we'll start with yesterday. What we asked to how to import the data into the table, existing table. So for that we have to ensure. First of all, how many are aware of this SQL developer options? So everyone know about the SQL developer, how to configure this connection. Okay. This is the connectivity between the database. Okay, here under this Oracle connections. So suppose if you are given any new laptop from the company, so you have to configure using this here connections. You have to follow connect a new database connection using this. Okay. Once you open this, here you will see the some window here. In this you can provide any name. Okay. That is for the display name purpose. Suppose I will mention this. Okay. VS apps or something name. But here connectivity username and password here we have to provide here. So generally apps password they will provide. Otherwise any other password is there. So same password they will provide here. Okay. So once you after providing this username and password here, host name will be there. Okay. So host name also they will provide. For my instance it will be uh, glow.dev.com. Okay. So this port will be default 1521. So normally it will be there. Suppose some companies they may change the port also. Then they will give DBATM will give you the credentials. With that credentials, you could be able to change it here. After that, SID or service name. So that also your DBATM will be going to provide. Here for my instance, it is this is the database connectivity name here. Once after providing all this information, you can test the connection. Okay. So test connection, if it is success, then connectivity between your client and database is success. So you can use the save password if you want to save. No need to type every time. Otherwise, if you don't save this password, every time when you are opening this connection, so it will ask you to provide the password. Okay. Once saved the password, you can save this. Okay. So and you can use the connect option to connect to that instance. Okay. So this will be for each instance they will provide one username and password. Suppose that will be same with the same username and password, or it will be different username and password they will provide. Suppose in the dev instance they will provide with your username and password. You have to access here, provide your username and password here. Same way for the other instances like UAT or SIT. For that also they will provide one read-only user or any normal user credentials that you have to provide here. Okay. So for the dimensions one it will be there, and UAT one it will be there separate. Host name will be there, and same way production also there will be different name will be there. So in each company they will provide all the details. If you are not provided, so you can request the other colleagues. So they will provide you the details, so that based on that you can configure this SQL developer. Okay. This is once you configured, you can connect using that credentials. It will open like this window here. Okay. So this is one part here. How to connect to the database. So once you configured, you can explore these options here. Okay. So when you expand this one, so you'll see tables, views, index, packages, procedures, functions, operators, all the available information you can see in this under this connection. Okay. Suppose what are the tables we are creating, so the tables will be available in this. Okay. So all the table names. So generally we are creating with the XX directly you can go to the end so that you can see our tables here. So these are the our regular tables what we are creating here. If you see this XX MP checker, MP backup. So all these tables we are going to create in the for testing purpose where practice purpose we are created all these tables. Okay. So once you click the table name here, you will see the options here. Okay. So right side you are seeing the all the options. So that is column name database. Okay. Nullable data default, column ID, column comments like this. Okay. So here any some other options are there. Data is there. And the data, whatever the data inserted into the table that will be displayed here. Okay. Same way model. So model means any connectivity between any other tables will be there that will be displayed here. Okay. Like this information will be there. And constraints under the on this table any constraints are there here. Grants, statistics, triggers, any triggers are there. Okay. Flashback means any changes is done, how many times it is deleted or how many times it is inserted, all the information will be available in this flashback. And dependency. So dependency means any table using the other table or other packages using these tables or not. Okay. And details. In the details created by when it is created last DDL time. DDL means data definition language, means that is structure of the table modified or not, that will be based on this last DDL time. You can identify that one. Same way partitions, any partitions are in this table. So indexes, any indexes are there. The last one is SQL. Then under the SQL you'll see the simple code, it will be there. Whatever we are created with the tables syntax is there, that syntax it will be available in this SQL. If it is table syntax will be there. If it is a synonym syntax will be there. So simply if you want to create new table using this, so copy all this up to here. Okay. To create the new table, simply you can copy this one and you can paste into here and simply rename this table name. Okay. XXEMP 08 is there. Instead of that, I can rename this XXEMP 08 underscore some other number also 00 or something. Okay. So if you want to create a same table as like in the existing table, simply go to the existing table SQL and you can copy this and simply if you want to add any extra columns, you can add here. Otherwise, with the same structure, if you want to create, you can copy and paste it here and you can use the create option. That is control enter. It will create the new table. Okay. Like this table is created. So to use the existing code, you have to go to this SQL here. So these are the basic options you have to check whenever you are logged in. Okay. So not only table, all the information available in this connection. Okay. Tables, views, index, packages, procedures, everything will be available in this. Okay. So now requirement is to copy the data into the import the data into the existing table. Suppose how will you import into the table? So to import into the table, so there must be some table. So first I'll create some base table. Create table mp underscore import underscore today data given as select star from emp where 1 is equals to 2. So with this, what will happen? So only structure of the table will be created. Okay. Now the structure of the table only it is created here. I will explain here in our regular. So once it is structure of the table is created, so what we can do? So here no data is there. I want to import some data into this table. So how can I import? So first of all, we should have some data. So then only you can import into this table. So what I will do, I will generate the data using this existing table. So how can I generate this? So I will export the same data here. So using this, after using this query, so I'm using the export command, or simply you can go to the table here in the so we have the employee table now. Okay. From this tables list, we can go to the EMP table. This is our EMP table. So when you open this is the SQL command, and this is the data here. Okay. So what I will do, from here also you can export the data. So import data, export data is there. This is the one method. Either way you can do. So but I will show you, so using here. How will you export here? Once it is fetched the data select star from EMP, so simply I'll use the export option. Okay. So export option means, so I will say Excel. Okay. Excel or CSV file, whatever it may be. So I'll use the Excel file to save the data, existing data. So here, so here is some of the options are there. Query worksheet name. So you can give the name for that worksheet and data worksheet name. If you want to give the some specific name for the Excel sheet, you can give that name also. Okay. Now at present I don't want this query also. So only I want data. So what I will do? So where I am going to save? So I will save in the desktop. Okay. EMP underscore export underscore 26. On the desktop, I am saving this file. Okay. So next, finish. Okay. File is generated on the desktop. So I'll open that. Okay. Now is it visible? Excel file. Okay. This is the data which we exported here. See this employee number, employee name, job, manager, ID. Okay. So with this, I'm going to import into our newly created table. How to import? So I am closing this one. Okay. So what I will do? So I'll go to the table. What is our table name here? So EMP underscore EMP underscore IMP కదా. IMP underscore. EMP.
డౌన్ చేస్తారు పైన ఉంది.
So this is the table which we created here. Okay. So in this, now there is no data. Okay. So in this table, we are not having any data now. So what I will do, so now I'll import that data from the Excel file. So simply right click on this table. So import data option is there. Okay. So once you click that, so it will ask you the from which file. So I will select the desktop and it is ENP export 26 file I am taking. Open. So it will ask you the display the existing columns and data here like this. So click on the next option. So imported. Suppose if it is having the more rows, okay. So table having the some lakhs of records, then you can limit the import row limiter like this. So if you how many records you want to limit for at a time, so that you can use this import option row limit. Okay. So these are the columns, available columns and selected columns, all these columns. Okay. Under which column, which data has to be come. So here, this is the mapping automatically it is taken from the Excel. So sometimes based on the CSV file or Excel files, column mapping will be different. Then at the time, so you have to select these columns for which column, which data it has to take. Next, I am giving here the see this employee number. So into that column table, target table, employee number. So name, e-name, job, job same, manager, manager like this. All the column mapping should be equal. Then only data will be properly imported. Suppose if I say change this here to another department number, then data will populate whatever the commission column data, it will be populated into department number. Okay. So that is different. So better you check the columns, whatever column mapping it is taking correctly or not. So after that, click next. Next, you can finish it. So task successfully and import command committed. Okay. So once it is imported, automatically it is committing. So you can use this refresh button. You can see the data here. Okay. So the table which we created before importing. So now you can check this table data here. Okay. So like this, you can use the import option. Same way, existing table, if you want to export, you can use the either from here, export option is there, or from the table name. On the table name, if you right click, you can get the export option. Okay. So what to export? These are all the information. So here also in the format it will be there. That format you have to select if you want to use this for to insert into another method and table. You can use the insert option. It will be generate a insert statement. So but only for the to share with any other persons or any other database. So you can use this Excel file, Excel 2003 plus or Excel 95 to 2003 Excel file. Okay, or most of them will use CSV format. Why? Because it will take less size in the data storage part when compared to the Excel. Okay. Suppose if you take the CSV format, okay, so it will ask you where to save this file. You can save the on the desktop. So when you select the CSV format, if you see here, this is the extension, it will be different actually. Okay. So when you selected that Excel file, that extension will be different. So like this, you can import, export the table data. Swati, got it?
Got it, sir.
Okay. So actually, this is the SQL developer. We have one more application, that is stored application also it is there. Okay. So in some companies, mostly, they will give you either Toad or SQL developer. Some companies they will give both Toad and SQL developer. So in that you should be able to work on the both the applications. That is this is the Toad application. Okay. So here, if you want to configure first time for the connections, you have to go to sessions, new connection. Okay. So in the new connection, you have to add here using the add login record here. So you have to same way in the how you provided in the Excel previous SQL developer, same way you have to provide here also. Okay. Apps and database name flow.dev.com. Okay. Not in the TNS. Suppose in the companies, they will sometimes they will provide TNS based entries. That time you have to use this one. But some companies they will provide a direct database connection here. So here then you have to use the flow.dev.com and port is 1521. Service name or SID you can say it is they'll provide at present, which is for our connectivity purpose. Here I will say AS_app. Okay, alias name. So once you provided the details, you can use the test button. Okay. Success. Connection time 61 milliseconds. Like if the test connection is success, then you can use that login. Okay, save the password and you can click the OK. So then it will be it is already it is there, so it is going to update with this. Okay. So like this you can add in this Toad application also. Once you add here, this is the new worksheet here. Can use same select star from db underscore objects. Okay. So in SQL developer, when you use this Toad and SQL developer, there is slight difference it is there. Suppose in the SQL developer, when you use this colon, okay, what will happen? This is the end of the query. But whereas in the Toad, suppose if you use that select star from EMP, what will happen is, so it will consider the total query here. So there must be some separator will be there, so that you have to use the for every query between the each query, that is slash this forward slash. In this, if you whether you give colon or not, it won't bother about, but you have to give the forward slash after each the query. Otherwise, it will not executed here. Suppose if you execute this one, it will give you the data. So same way, after that, when you execute this one, it is giving the error here. Okay. Okay. Select star from EMP. Now it is giving the data here. Suppose if you are not using this slash, what will happen? So at least some space should be there between this. Then only it will take this. Okay. Suppose if it is not there, space is not there. Then what it will do? It will take it as a both the queries as a single query. So or else you can use this, select up to this, you can execute that, then only you will get the information. But better you can use the forward slash between the each query. Okay. Even same in the I'm using in the SQL developer also to understand this is completed till this and this query is completed here like this. To understand easily, you can use the forward slash. So in Toad also some other options are there. So here, so if you see this is the information here. In the Toad you will have the some extra options here. If you press this here, so you'll get the column information like this. Okay. And this is the DBMS output. You have to enable this one. Okay. To get the PLSQL output here, so you have to enable this one. Okay. That will be when you are using the PLSQL topics that will come under picture here. Okay. Same another is, so these are the some of the options here, search options, schema. This is the existing. Okay. So existing username, that is schema details are available here. Okay. So all the database. Suppose in the real time, what they will do, they won't give you the app schema directly. So they will provide some other schema details to you. So you have to log in with that schema. But while working, you can change here to app schema. Okay. So that way you can going to work on that app schema. Otherwise, you won't get some of the permissions. So that to execute that permissions, so you have to use this here app schema instead of the other schema which they provided. Simply you can use this app schema. Or another option is you can alter session set current schema is equals to apps. Like this command you have to use it. Presently we are in the same schema. So if you see this, I am after executing here, session altered message is coming here. If you see here in the bottom, session is altered like this. Okay. So this command is important to remember. Okay. So not only in this, it will be executed in the SQL developer also. Alter session set current underscore schema is equal to app schema. So whenever you provided some any other username, so that time you can use this command alter session set current schema is equal to apps, and you can work on the normally how you are working on the app schema.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Who created app schema? Created by developer.
While
Or
you are installing
default.
the Oracle EBS, EBS means e-business suite version, automatically app schema will be created. Okay. So by
Okay.
default, Oracle is creating. So if you see these are the existing schemas, so these are all from the Oracle only.
Okay.
Okay. So whenever any custom schemas is there, that will start with the XX. Okay. That you have to remember. So whatever here existing, I am showing this, all these are Oracle schema only. By default, it is created by Oracle only. So when in the companies, what they will do when they want to create a custom schema, the compulsory that will be start with the XX only. Okay. So schema name, it will start with the XX. Then it will, you can understand that is a custom schema. So on table names also already in the starting classes I told you. So table name should be start with the XX. So by that, so Oracle will identify that is the user tables. Otherwise, it will consider as a Oracle tables. So that whenever you are creating any table name or any package, so you should start with the name XX. Okay. XX after that, some name you can give, some schema name or anything. So suppose for Cisco, how they will create is XXC they will create. Okay. Some other companies they will create XXM, or some companies XLQ or LKQ, some names will be there. These are the custom schema names they are using. Okay. So that you have to remember. So that they will provide you in the while joining, you can, so when you open the database and check, you can get the details, what schemas are available, how they are working. Where you will see that information in the select star from DB objects or user underscore objects are there, no? So here, if you want to see the existing owners, you can see here only schema name. So distinct owner from okay. So here, if you see this ABPL, SYS, AK, CRP, some different owners are there. These are all the schema names here. Okay. Two 271 schemas are there here. You see here it is row number 191 of 271 total rows. Okay. So Toad also will have some different options here. Suppose in the Toad, if you want to open the table, or if you want to describe the table. So in the SQL developer, we are using the describe means describe table name. So what it will do? So it is giving the structure of the table, that is what is the columns available. So data type, what is that data type, everything it is giving like that. But when you type the same describe in the code, what will happen? So it is going to open some other window here. Is that visible? Okay. Is it visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Like this, you will get the window. In this, you can have the column names, indexes, constraints, triggers, data. So same way, how you seen in the SQL developer script. Here it is called as a script window. In the SQL developer, you will have the SQL menu. So here it is called as a script. In the script also same way, how the table is created, that script will be available here. Same way you can copy this and you can create another table, or you can have the extra columns also using this existing code. Partitions, grants, everything. Okay. So these are the extra options available in the Toad application. Okay. But whereas in the SQL developer, you have to open that extra window. So you have to either using this table, right click on the table name and open declaration. Okay. So when you open the declaration, that will be coming like this. But whereas in the Toad, simply if you use the describe command, automatically it is opening the same window, like in this SQL developer, how it is open, same it is opening in the extra window. Okay. So this is the application differences you have to observe, and you can work both on the Toad and SQL developer. Otherwise, so in some companies they will provide only Toad application, then you will feel that will be difficult. But both are same. Okay. So connectivity wise and working wise, both are same. Only some of the few extra features are available in the Toad application. Okay. So if you see, this is the database connection name here, and this is the editor like this. So if you want to open extra sheet, you can click on this new sheet. Automatically it will open new sheet here. Okay. So same way you can have this is the schema details here. Current schema it is there. But whereas in the SQL developer, if you want to open the schema, so right click here, schema browser. Okay. So schema browser means here it is showing the presently I am connected to the app schema, so that it is displaying apps here. So if you want to click here, you can select any other schema here. So in the each schema, there will be different tables or there different packages will be there. Okay. Suppose if you want to connect to the HR schema here. So this is the HR schema. Under HR schema, these are the tables available. Suppose if you check the packages, any packages, only few packages are available in the HR schema. Okay. So functions, any functions are there? There is no functions in this HR schema. Operators, triggers. So these are the triggers available in this HR schema. Like this, you can browse the schema browser in this. But whereas in the Toad, you will have the same information here. Okay. Little difference will be there, but main work is to connect the database and work for the daily jobs. That is same in both the applications.